Hey guys, this is Odd1 Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, we're gonna go over the Raid Top Banner Heroes kit, and that's going to be Gilroy. Like I mentioned in my video from yesterday, the patch notes, I want to do this video separately so I can go over his kit, see what he does on his passives, what he does on his base relic, and the other ones I guess we can check a little bit, even though we don't know where we can get them yet. It might be a while before we can get them, and we're also gonna talk what is gonna be useful, what gear to put on, and all of that cool stuff. Now, before I jump into this video, I want to mention that if you're supporting me already as a content creator through the link that I have in the description and pinned comment, you need to go to that page again, and there's going to be a button that says Extend Support. That's the way that I guess Netmarble does it. So if you want to continue supporting, or if you're a new supporter, please consider doing that. It helps me a ton. It costs you absolutely nothing. Now, let's go and check what does Gilroy actually do, right? So, if you go look at his kit, he looks pretty cool, and I'm happy that they're starting to add some people into the game that are already part of, like, you know, they're NPCs we can fight in either the story or in Forbidden Dungeon and other cool stuff. So, first of all, let me just remove all of the chivalries and let's just check him as base, okay? So let's see what does that look like. So first of all, he is, let's see, leader effects. So he has the leader effects as follow: activates in Frozen Plain and Fortress of Arceus, grants all allies effect accuracy plus 20%. Now, that can be helpful if you need that extra effect accuracy. If not, you can just use, you know, any other aura. Then he has attack in, he's an attack type, then he's bull favor, and gets the benefit from heat, right? So this is like the base stats. Now, the next thing that we're gonna look at is what does he come with, and it kind of seems like he starts with the Frost Relic first, which it can be good. I would have preferred, because he's, you know, kind of sees like Frozen Plain, so I'm expecting him to be good there. I would have preferred if he started with the Storm one, and same reason again for Arceus. If he's going to be good for Arceus, the Frost is kind of a bad one. You don't really want that. Now, let's look at his passive. So first one, Wild Invasion, 3-turn cooldown after you skill it up. When using his skill, 100% independent chance to grant each Bull's Favor ally attack increase 2 for 3 turns. Now, I don't usually like the passives or the buffs that only happen for specific favors, because, you know, sometimes you might not have good enough people from the same favor dungeon to build a team around. Like, for example, Bull Favor, if I'm thinking of a healer, for example, is Clementine. Now, would you use Clementine in Frozen Plains? No. In Fortress of Arceus, yes, but would you care about that extra damage? I don't think so. It does help, I guess, because he gives it to himself. Then the next passive, Merciless Sadist, 4-turn cooldown when fully skilled up. When attempting to inflict recovery disruption, 100% chance to charge Vigor by 2. So I guess even if you don't land it, you still recharge the Vigor, because it just says attempting. So this could be interesting. So without having that one skilled up, it just recharges 1 Vigor and 5-turn cooldown. It's a pretty high cooldown for this, but I guess it could be helpful depending on the rotation of your team. Then the third skill, when attacking, again, passive, 2-turn cooldown, available uses only 2. I don't like this. I don't like when there's so very few uses, especially when we're talking about, you know, areas where you would farm and takes you quite a few hits, like even Frozen Plains. I think it's close to impossible to kill him in 2 turns, right? So like, or like 5-6 turns, whichever this one takes. But let's see what it does anyway. When attacking, 100% chance to inflict healing decay on the selected target for 2 turns. Let's see what healing decay does. Restores target's HP but takes a set amount of damage in return. Considered recovery disruption. So I guess it's considered as recovery disruption. It doesn't restore HP, but it takes amount of damage. Like, I don't know, this sounds quirky. Like, maybe it does good enough damage. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Okay, now let's have a look at his relic, right? The base one. So first skill, attacks one enemy 3 times, total damage not the highest, 60% chance for last hit to inflict recovery disruption for 2 turns. This one is still for 2 turns, it's just a 50% when you don't have it skilled up. 50% chance to inflict this, but only by the last hit. That's pretty good, because a colon has a 60%, for example, and it's on a second skill. So you could just make him spam this and just give him a bit of damage. Not the best, but not the worst. Okay, let's see the second skill. Must sacrifice 15% of max HP to use. this is a bit tricky because when you do something like this in places like, you know, even like it said over there, Arceus, or in places like Frozen Plains, sacrificing HP is a little bit bad because the bosses hit pretty hard. So if he's not built tanky enough, he just sacrifices this, he might get hit and then he dies. So this one's a little bit tricky. But he does that, and then 100% chance to gain effect accuracy increase 3 for 2 turns. Let me see, 1 turn if you don't have it skilled up. Then actually, if you don't have it skilled up, the consumption is 20% HP. That's a lot. That's a lot. Also 100% chance to gain attack speed increase for 2 turns. Again, it's 1 turn only if not skilled up. Then 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 100%. Then also 100% independent chance to increase each enemy's recovery disruption duration by 1 turn. Now this one can be quirky, and this one's a little bit, I guess, in a sense, it's a bit better than the way that Iwerit has her second skill that grants her crit rate, crit damage, because that one doesn't gain any attack gauge, whereas he does get some attack gauge. Now, it is a bit tricky to do this with skill order, because, you know, you have to have the right vigor when he gets a turn and whatnot. However, I have a feeling if you just let him full YOLO, he's eventually going to do the right skills. He's going to start with third skill, then second skill, then first skill, then third skill again. It just depends. We would have to see how his AI works. But I guess this one specifically, for the sake of Arceus, for the sake of Frozen Plains, could be really good, right? Because you do this one, gain attack speed as well, and attack gauge, which means he's going to go into his third skill, and let's see what it does. Attacks all enemies 2 times, total damage 154, not the highest. Also, if the target has recovery disruption, deals additional damage 1 time, damage 64% attack, 35% independent chance to inflict recovery disruption for 1 turn. So if he has a recovery disruption, he can land it again. It doesn't make sense. So if the target has it, then he triggers this. So you're pretty much replacing it with nothing. You're replacing with the same thing. So doesn't really make sense. Honestly, doesn't really make sense. And then if we look at the other skills, he doesn't really land a recovery disruption. Just this one. Okay, I guess this one, when attempting to inflict that, which, like, let me know, because it seems like I'm not understanding this correctly. But it seems to me like the only spot that he lands the recovery disruption kinda is this one over here, the third skill. And it's like, I don't know, I don't get it. It doesn't look like good enough. Like, the AoE damage is not that high. Like, you know, somebody like a Cormac can do more damage. I guess if you do proc this one, but it kind of seems like maybe I'm not seeing it right. Apart from the first skill, actually, I guess the first skill, apart from the first skill, he doesn't land damage recovery disruption, so it can be tricky to keep it up. And then this one, I think this one should have been, instead of like chance to land it, it should be something like extends it instead. So I don't know. I think I'm still gonna pull for him because, you know what, I haven't pulled for quite a while. I haven't pulled for quite a while and have saved up like 100 raid ups. Keep in mind, I'm fully free to play, right? So he might actually be interesting. I heard people that say that he's really good in arena. I guess, you know what, well, let's check one more thing. Let's see what does his chivalries do. Let's see what the chivalry does. Let me just remove all of this from over here and we can go and check the chivalries one by one. Let me see, what can I check? Okay, I guess I have to leave it back at 10. Okay, leave it back at 10 so I can check it. So, first one, Stone-Hearted Terror, Wild Invasion, additional skill effect, chance to inflict effect resistance, decrease for 2 turns. I guess can be helpful, but not that important. Gives you more effect resist. Third one, Terror Incarnate, Enduring Mark, skill enhancement, doubles the number of skill uses, ignores target's effect resist when attempting to inflict healing decay. So I guess the fact that it doubles this one, it gives you 4 uses, makes it a little bit better, but still not the best. Then tier 4, Merciless Sadist, skill enhancement, reduces skill cooldown by 2 turns. Let me see which one is it. This one. Okay, so this one has no cooldown. This can be insane. So if you have in Chivalry 4, this can be insane because pretty much whenever he's gonna attempt to inflict the recovery disruption, he's always going to keep charging more and more vigor. Yes, this can be really powerful. Then the fifth one, more attack, more effect accuracy, more attack, defense and HP. Let's see, usually the tier 8 one is insane. Acidic Strike, at the start of the battle, 100% independent chance to grant each ally acidic humors for the rest of the battle. What does this one do? When attacking, deals additional damage 1 time if the target has recovery disruption. Extra damage 50%. So he just does more damage once you get him to Chivalry 8, but would you pull that much just to get him? I'm not sure. honestly, if I just look at his kit and what he brings, maybe I'm not understanding it correctly, but I would say most people should not summon for him, right? He's not that good. Also, if you look at what's on the banner as well, like what other heroes you can get, it's like Gawain, Lot, Claudius, and Clarison, pretty much all of the ones that were buffed, which I'm not sure if they're actually good enough or not. So I would say to people, if you don't have that many rate up summons, I would not summon for him. I will personally do it because of, again, two reasons. One, I saved up a ton, and two, I guess we do have a rate up summon event for him, so I'm gonna do 60 so I can get all the other rewards, because I really need some more of these relic tickets, right? More relic tickets, more crystals, which I'm really low on, so it kind of, you know, double dipping with this one makes a little bit of sense, but overall, I would not personally pull. Now, if you look at what builds you could use, it says over here, they suggest attack, critical, and focus set. I'm not sure this is the best one. What I would suggest, honestly, would be maybe attack set, maybe critical sets, but I would definitely suggest you have on him something like at least one, if not several, counter sets. The reason I'm saying that is because, specifically for Aldri, he does have a chance to land recover disruption. So when he is attacked, you know, when Aldri does that AoE hit, or even single target hit, he has a chance to counterattack and land that recover disruption. That can be really helpful, that can be really good. So I think that's how I would do it. Personally, that's how I would go. Maybe like even 3 counterattack sets on him, right? Because he doesn't do the most obscene damage. I guess he can bring some damage, he can bring us the recovery disruption, so he could be really interesting for Aldri. If I do manage to pull him, which I think I'm going to do my summons tomorrow or Sunday, I'm definitely going to build him up and I'm going to try him in Aldri, and if it looks successful, I'm going to make a video on it. But I guess that pretty much covers it, honestly. In other areas, I'm not sure I would use him over other DPS because he doesn't bring that much, right? He doesn't bring that much damage. He brings that healing disruption, but there's only 2 areas in the game where you need that, or like maybe 3, okay? So first one, again, Aldri. Second one, Fortress Varsilus, but I would not use him there because, honestly, the healing part is only in the last phase of the boss, and usually you just want to tag gauge control the boss in Arceus and then move on with your day because it's not that important. Then the third one, which can be really quirky if you're struggling, is Forbidden Dungeon. But at the same time, if you just need him for recovery disruption, you can always use Morgan, you can always use the Colon. So would you really invest in Legendary just for that? I don't think so. But yeah, I guess we're gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. Again, click the link in the description and pinned comment of this video to support me as a content creator, or to extend your support if you're already a supporter, so you can keep getting, you know, those codes, those rewards every time I do those missions. And I guess, yeah, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.